Welcome to your podcast. Today we're going to talk about the movie Dancer in the Dark. I love this movie. The themes it explores and the way Selma, knowing that she will eventually go blind and does everything to get money to his son so he doesn't go blind like she's going to do. And the way Selma give everything for her son, even her life, is incredibly powerful.
I had already seen Dancing in the Dark a few months ago, and I remember it hit me really hard the first time. The whole atmosphere is just incredibly depressing. The muted colors, the heavy mood, and the performance all feel painfully real. It's the kind of movie that just sits with you.
Yeah, actually, I think the movie it's very hard for the scene with all the camera looks into like you are the spectator looking at all the Salma lives and how the things are getting worse for her when he has with his child. Uh, I don't know. It's one of the hardest movies I have seen in my entire life. I really think this, but it's real. It has a atmosphere like a stranger because you you usually get into Selma's life, so it's a very strange when you look the all that happened. It's like oh my god, that's a very unfair. I don't know. It's a very painful to watch it actually.
I think this movie has a very intense topic and I think it was very nice. Well, not nice because it's very intense and um, I don't know. I really love this movie. I think it's a topic that not everyone is going to love, but for the people who will love it. I mean, everyone should give it a chance. And it's not a really famous movie. I think I didn't really know about this movie before it was suggested for the podcast, and but I will definitely rewatch it.
Actually, the movie has a nomination by the Oscars, and it's when Bjork arrived to the Oscars with his dress, the iconic dress with the sundress when he came to the Oscars. Like there's like this way that was a very controversial. Like he take it Bjork as a joke, but I think that's something that the best things call it by artistic way that Bjork made in all his career. It's I don't know. It's something like not every famous will do it. Like you don't wanna get it act or well play a role from a blind mother. It's because I don't know, but something like just for pride or just because it's know your vibe, you don't wanna you're not gonna to play to the role. But Bjork, it's the alternative. I don't know, he doesn't care, just only express the creativity through Selma. But I think it can be her in any time because it has her sense, but it's no her like it, just only it's the creativity. Like it's something that Björk will do it, and in every moment. But it's a very spectacular the Björk in his role, like the main character to the story. Even when she doesn't act in the movies, but I think he she did a great job and the best.
I think the film is too realistic in many ways, especially when you do everything for the great good, and sometimes it doesn't turn out well for you. The film is generally good. I think the actors did a good job. I think because the film made me feel real emotion. Has a feel weird there.
Going back to Bjork's performance, I think saying the movie, I think Bjork was very good to see being the protagonist. I don't know if she had acted before, but the act Björk do is so natural that I think that the performance make feel much the performance feel more real. I think the how Björk acts. So I love the Björk act.
Well, I did love her performance. I didn't know she was an actress. I only knew her for her music, and I think she did a great job. She's a great actress and a great singer. Her music is very. I love her music, and I didn't know she is also an actress.
For me, what makes it more intense is the contrast between the dark, harsh reality and the beautiful musical numbers sung by Björk. Those scenes feel almost magical, like little emotional escapes inside something that's constantly falling apart. Her performance is raw and vulnerable, and it makes everything hurt even more. It's a very sad movie that honestly how I define deeply overwhelming sad. It feels perceptibly cruel at times, but also strongly beautiful in the way it tells the story.
Yeah, I think it's not a really sad story, but the things that happen in the movie it's very unfair to the characters. More when you know Selma, it's a very charismatic character. I think for this reason has a very good friends and everyone supports her. I think it's very kind actually, and more because he's not from United States. I think he is from Czechoslovakia in the story, in his background, mm, and it's on the sacrifice. But the movie goes more than this. It's more like he wanted to express a perspective of the war, how the sacrifice. It's more like a sad story from for Selma. I think it's more than this. For me, the perspective that we got around the world with the creativity and how does Selma prefer die until be stay in all his life in the jail because she preferred die before don't hear or don't make any sounds in her entire life. I think it's something a sacrifice, and even when he did the sacrifice for his son is something I don't know. It's something very painful.
I think the movie is very. I don't know. I think it was very intense, and she was very kind. That's my. She was very kind. She was a good person, and I think, um, I don't know what the message could be about the movie, but it could be like, I don't know. She was a good person, and bad things happened to her, but she didn't let that down with her. She did. She wasn't a bad person after all.
And another issue the film addresses, I think, is the social injustice Emma experienced during her trial. So the people know that she is an immigrant with a disability. She is going to be blind, so she is huge easily and sentences to death. So
Spoiler, Nicolas.
right, he's like he's not a spoiler. uh, so I think this movie we can see the difficult moments Seba is going through, but Selma is trying to calm herself by singing and dancing, taking refuge in that. And I think that is the reason the title is called Dancer in the Dark.
Yo, that's
Personally, I also feel very angry about that happened to the protagonist because even she get her actually her goal, she comes self, and I think to mention on the film that sometimes being too worrying and putting another before yourself is danger at time.
It's not something I will watch again, to be honest, but I can absolutely appreciate everything that it's in. The direction, the acting, the emotional weight. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's a It's a powerful, unforgettable, and devastating in a way that's hard to explain.
I would recommend this movie to people who enjoy movies with a deep and thought-provoking themes. I would not recommend it to people looking for a light movie because this is not a light movie. I like it a lot. The video performance is so good, and I give it a 9 out of 10.
I would also give it a 9 out of 10. I would recommend this movie to people who likes intense films with different topics that what we're used to. Um, I think this movie's. I already said that, but this movie is not for everyone, and because the movie is very, it touches on sensitive topics for some people, and I don't know.
Well, I think this movie is for. If you are a Bjork fan, you must watch it. You have to watch it because it's supreme. It's supreme. Even when it don't look like a Bjork playing a role, it's someone playing a version of Bjork. Like it's not her, but at the same time, it's her. Well, I don't know. I think everyone should watch it. For me, it's a 10 of 10 because the first time that I watched it, it was like a shock. I literally cried. So that's the thing that we have to say for today.
So that's all for today. Thank you for listening us, and we see you in the next podcast with the album of Fiona Apple, When the Pound.